Hi there, welcome to the last tutorial video. In this video, you will be learning how to play the game. Let's go to our personal dashboard. This is where we left off last time. This is your personal dashboard, and you have your calendar right here. In case your chat isn't already open, you can click on this chat link and it will open up your team chat tab. Both your app teams will show right here, below the general channel. Here, you can see my VChat and vPhotos team. When you get assigned to your teams, say hi to make sure all of your team members have joined the chat as well. And once the researcher signals the beginning of January, you will have 5 minutes to discuss and put in your choices in the calendar. For example, in this chat, Player 2 started out by saying that we should all do app development and marketing, while I ask if we should all focus on different things. As you can see here, we continue our discussion about what needs to be done and who will be doing what for about 4 minutes. With 1 minute remaining, the researcher sends a warning, and this is when you should start saving your calendars if you already haven't. Alright, let's come back to the game. Now, as you are talking with your teammates, you can start saving your decisions. Let's say we decided to do 2 weeks of app development for VChat. I make my choices and save my changes. As you can see, these choices have been updated in my calendar, and it says that I want to do app development for VChat for the first 2 weeks. Now let's say for the 3rd week I choose to study app development. I think to myself, oh, since I will be doing app development and I anticipate myself to be doing app development in the next few weeks as well, it makes sense that I improve my skill. Hence, I put in my choice and save it again. And for the final week, based on our conversation, we figured out that I should be doing a little bit of marketing for vPhotos. Hence, for 1 week, I choose marketing in vPhotos and hit Save Changes. Remember, you can save changes any number of times. And make sure that you fill out all the 4 weeks at least once before the 5 minutes for the month are up. Now that I've saved all the changes, I can go back to the chat. As you can see here, when the researcher mentions February begins, the game has completed month 1 and the 5 minutes for month 2 discussions have begun. Let's pause the game right here to show you what really happens when a month gets completed. Now after the beginning of a new month signal, you hit the refresh button. You can see here, January has ended and February has begun. Your calendar for February has opened up and you can now enter your choices. Let's look at January. Notice that the completed months follow the same color code, and you can easily read them as I did app development for the first 2 weeks, improved my app development skills in the 3rd week, and I decided to do marketing, denoted by red, in the 4th week. Interesting things have happened. You will also notice that my app development skill points have gone up by 120 points, while that in marketing have only gone up by 10 points. This is an important aspect of the game. Spending a week learning has boosted my skill points, and I'm on my way to become an advanced app developer. Okay, so this is how your skills change, but how did doing all this work affect the projects? Let's go and look at VChat. In VChat, the first thing you notice is that you have some expenses. Now every project has to pay its team members. Put differently, the more work you and your team members work for VChat, the more it pays you. And all of these together shows up as the quarter's expense. And you start seeing these expenses and revenues add up to give you the app's net profits. The second thing to notice is that your max user capacity has gone up to 960. This is because you and your team did some app development. Some of them might have also done marketing, and that is why you have a demand of 640. This means if your sales of 640 go through, you will have 640 users as your capacity is greater than 640. Let's look at vPhotos. Now in vPhotos, we see something very different. Nobody has done any app development for vPhotos, and hence the capacity is 0. While you did a week of marketing, and hence you see this demand generated right here. These stats tell me that in the next month, we need to do some app development and build user capacity for vPhotos, while we keep doing both for VChat. Now the final thing to remember is that you will start seeing revenues at the end of the quarter, which means once you've completed February and March, you will start seeing some cash flow and your performance will get updated right here. To illustrate this better, let's go back to the slides. Simply put, you will be working for the 3 months in every quarter, and at the end of every quarter, you will get profits and active users. This means your team will have up to 3 months to coordinate with each other to build the maximum capacity, match it to the optimal amount of demand and support, as well as invest in R&D. Once a quarter ends, your maximum user capacity, that is how many people you have on your app, will be carried forward. For example, if you have a capacity of 1,000, the 1,000 will carry forward to the next quarter. The same carry forward rule applies to R&D and profits as well. Now, because at the end of the quarter your entire demand was converted into active users, the demand generated is reset. This same reset rule applies to your user support, which means every quarter you have to support all your active users. Remember, in the first quarter you have no active users because you've just started, so you don't have to do any support for the first quarter. Alright, that's pretty much the basics of the game. I want to assure you that you're not supposed to understand the entire game completely. This is truly a team effort. You might have understood some parts of the game better than your team members, while they might be experts on some other parts. You can discuss with each other, learn from each other, figure out what needs to be done, and keep moving ahead. Now answer the questions below, and you are ready to play the game. All the best!